Hello, welcome to another tutorial by me, Hamster Hill. This one is going to be on how to create a cartoon eye like the one that's on my character Boxy, and so yes, I'm going to show you a few cool tricks to do that. First thing I'm going to do is delete our default cube because we don't need that. Then press space, add mesh, UV sphere, and then just accept the default, so they'll be fine. Now this is going to be our eyeball, so what we want to do is just select that innermost point, make sure it's on the front side obviously, then press Ctrl plus to select however many vertices, however big you want the iris in the middle to be. I think that's about good enough for me. Then just go down here and add two new materials, change the first one to white, change the second one to black, and click assign, and that'll assign that second material to that area of the eyeball. So now it looks like an eye. Then just press set smooth to finish it off, and we have our eyeball all finished. Then what you want to do is to add a second. Oops, so to add a second UV sphere, probably the easiest way to do it is actually just to copy this one. So if you press Shift D, duplicate it. Then what you want to do is you want to rotate it across the y-axis 90 degrees so that the iris is facing this way, and that's just because the eyelids, you want it to open and close this way, so it's better to have it rotate across that point. So yeah, so then what you want to do is just press A to deselect everything, and then press Alt and click, Alt and right click, and then Shift, Alt and right click to select these two lines here, so you get sort of the midway between everything, and then Shift, select everything underneath it, so you should have everything, that whole bottom half selected, and then just press X to delete it, and make sure you select faces, not vertices, faces. So once you've done that, you've got your sort of set out for your eyelid. You want to first scale it up just a little bit, so that it's not intersecting with the layer below, and with the eyeball below, sorry. See how you can still see that black stuff there, so just scale it up a little bit so you can't really see that anymore. Then you want to press Tab and then Shift S, cursor to selection, to make sure that your 3D cursor is in the middle. Then select 3D cursor from in here to create our center point for our transformations. Then just press extrude region, right click, and then press S to scale it, and just scale it up to however thick you want your eyelash thing to be. You want your, completely lost the word now. Eyelid, yeah, eyelid. So however thick you want your eyelid to be. And the reason we do it across that center point there is because otherwise the center point will be somewhere up here, and you get this really weird double edge thing that doesn't look nice. So yes, once you've done that, you want to make sure you change this back to the mean point, which is what we regularly use. And you want to Shift D. Oh no, first what we'll do is we'll just delete that second material off your eyelid, and then go over here and you want to press this to create a single user material so that it doesn't screw with the one for the eyeball, and just change the color of it to something you like. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to Shift D, duplicate this, and then rotate it across the x-axis 180 degrees, so X 180, and then we have our completed eye there pretty much. Now with cartoon eyes, obviously they never sphere, and so this is what you have to imagine when you're animating it, is that it's a sphere. That's how it will work, but we use this cool thing called a lattice. Space add lattice, press Z so you can see it, and scale it up to so it has a nice big sort of edge around it. And what this is going to do is it's going to basically retard the shape of this without sort of, so it'll always move like it's a sphere, but it'll be shaped like it's something else. So so that's how you get it, so that even though it's an oval shaped eye, it'll still, the eyelid will still stick to the eye kind of and give that effect. So yeah, so what we want to do now is we want to parent our eye here. So just box select the eye and make sure you don't select anything else, then shift and right click to select the lattice, then press Ctrl P and lattice deform. And now what we can do is we can retard the eye by pressing tab with the lattice selected, and just moving around these points will sort of scale our eye in different ways and stuff. Might have a Z so you know which way the eye is facing, so I'm just going to grab the front here, move it back, and then maybe select all of it and scale it across the x-axis to make that kind of eye look like that. That looks pretty cool. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to, as a final thing, also you should probably make sure that this stays sort of on that center, so its center point is there. You want to sort of make sure that the middle of it is still in the middle, because that helps a lot. So yeah, so another thing we can do is we can make it so that our eyeball tracks onto something now. Just prove that everything works all awesomely. If we rotate this across the x-axis, that's how you open and close your eyelids. If you notice, there's this stuff at the back that doesn't exactly look pretty, but your mesh for your character will start about there, so you won't even see that. And a way to get around it is you can always just scale your eyelid so the top one's a little bigger than the bottom one, and then it sort of covers the bottom one, and looks fine in a render. So yeah, so if we just rotate this across the x-axis to make it an open eye, and we want to find where our pupil has gone, so if we just rotate it across the z-axis, oh no, sorry, the eyelid's at the top, so we rotate it across the x-axis 90 degrees, and there's our eye there facing forward. So to make it so that it points, we're going to make it point towards a so it'll look at things. So we're going to click somewhere about here and press space, add, and click empty. Then you want to press N and get the empty's name, which is empty in this case, but if you have more than one, that would be empty.001 or empty.0020 or something. And then select the eye and go down here into object buttons and then add constraint. And you want to add a track 2 constraint. Put the object's name in there, which is empty with a capital E, and then press enter. And you'll notice that may not work right at the start, and that is because you have these things here are a little wrong. So what you need to do is you need to just change it so that it's looking looking at the thing. But one key thing is never have the same axis on both of them. So yeah, so Z and X work for this particular setup, but yours might be different. So now if we grab this and move it around, you'll notice the eye follows it. And yeah,